Thank y'all so much. That's the end.
Thank you. Good night.
So I'd like to invite up the lovely and talented Miss Danielle Reich.
You know it's a sin to tell a lie. Still you keep saying I love you. It may be true, I wish I knew. So I'm giving fair warning to you. Be sure it's true when you say, oh I love you. It's a sin to tell
ways we can do this. So, well, there's a lot more that fine. There's 2 ways that we can do this. So one way is we can just like play and not say anything, and you can just like enjoy the music of pre-1930s, or we
It
can
was
turn.
1936. That one was 1936.
So if you're looking for a new singer tomorrow. So the other way is, the way I'd like to do it is I would like to share some fun, intimate facts, not intimate, but things that most folks don't know about the band. If you're interested in it, but we don't have to go down that road. If you're not interested, we can just play music. Okay. One other thing that we try to accomplish, and maybe we still can, if there's anyone that wants to dance, we try to make a little bit of space for it, and we can probably still try to do it if somebody wants to. So.
Oh, we have dancers in.
All right. Yeah, I know. I know where they are. Don't think I don't see you. Just because I'm not looking at you doesn't mean that I don't see you.
Okay.
No, the reason that I say it that way is that Boomtown started in 2015. As far as we know, the Boom Band started in 2015, and when we started, it was really just a project to learn and study the music of the 1920s and earlier, like early jazz, the beginning of jazz. We didn't know it was going to become a thing where it was like kind of our main gig. I can safely say for the last 8 years, I have made a living in this band, and I'm not even a tuba player, so that's another story. I may or may not tell it. That being said, what we discovered is this music, especially this genre music, this music is for dancing. It's not concert music. It's not meant to be concert music. So it's something that it took us a while to figure out that people really like to dance to it. So we're going to try to accommodate our dancers because they come to everything. We love them so very, very much, and we really appreciate their love and support through the years. That being said, we're going to move on just because I'm not going to talk all night. We're going to play a really beautiful song that doesn't really have a date on it.
It's traditional.
This is a traditional song, and it's one of my all-time favorites. I mean, they're all my all-time favorites, I guess, over the years. But this one in particular, there's not much to it. It's been done by everybody, but it's I think Danielle does it the best. So we're going to give you "Careless Love." So when we started the band, it was really just me and Doug and Morris and one other gentleman, and it was really just about a research because when we went to school, like Doug and I went to college. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Doug Wright on the clarinet. And we have known each other, dare I say friends, for 33 years now. I know. Yeah, right. So when we were in school, they didn't really talk about that genre, that pre-swing era, before the big bands kind of started taking over in the 30s and 40s. They just kind of glossed over it. They said some stuff happened. Louis Armstrong did some things, and then Miles Davis. It's like they just kind of, So it was kind of our goal was we were gonna just get together occasionally and like work up the material, listen to recordings, waste time. But it kind of took off. It was the weirdest thing. We play pretty regularly at a place in downtown called Market Bar. So you can look for us there. We've been there since the beginning, I guess for 8 years easily. So, Market Bar in downtown if you're in the area. We do their brunch gig from time to time. Be that as it may, we kind of started playing there just for fun because it's a pretty mellow gig. And we had no idea that people were going to respond to it the way they did. And my theory is that the music is, although very important in jazz history, it's so terribly approachable. I've been playing stand-up bass is my primary instrument, and I've been doing that since 1990. When I play like modern, what I call modern jazz, obviously it's awesome and it's significant. Okay. So that's all right. It's just my mom's cell phone. But it can be difficult for people to kind of get into it because it can be a little bit abstract. If you've gone and seen live jazz or even heard live jazz, sometimes it's hard to get your brain around. But this music, I think it's just super approachable by almost any generation. Young people really get a kick out of it, and of course the dance community, the older people. Just everyone seems to like it, and that's the one thing that I've taken away from playing in this ensemble is it just seems to make people happy. And that's something I never experienced in the 20 years of trying to be a jazz musician is that people just genuinely just love it, you know, for no other reason than it just makes them happy. So we just kind of leaned into it, and just this is what we do. So we're super grateful that you're here to share this with us tonight. And we're going to play another song, and I'm going to tell you a little bit more about some of the members of this ensemble and some of our history. So, if there's any way we can make a little bit of room in this space, that would be great. I know there's some folks that showed up to dance a little bit. They don't need the whole room because they're that good. They're just that good.
Yeah,
But if you could, that'd be great. We'd really appreciate it. I think some folks showed up thinking they were going to get to. So the spotlight's on you folks. This is a song that I learned from cartoons when I was young.
There she is, got me behind the back. Hold you is, that's why I can't get by. Those blazing eyes, that blazing you. Oh, mister, oh, sister, tell me the truth. Golly, she is sweet. She walking down the street, and I tell you very confidentially, ain't she sweet, man? Ain't she nice? I look her over once or twice, and I ask you very confidentially, would she just cast an eye in her direction? Oh, me, oh, my, ain't that perfection? And pretty, don't you think it's kind of sweet? And I ask you very confidentially, well, ain't she sweet? Tell me where, have you seen one just like that? I declare, that sure is worth looking at. Oh boy, how sweet those lips must be. Oh, these arms are gonna answer me. Now, ain't she is sweet? We're walking down the street, and I ask you very confidentially, ain't she sweet? Ain't she nice? Look over once or twice, and I ask you very confidentially, ain't she just cast an eye in her direction? Oh, real wide, in that perfection way. Don't you think it's good? And I ask you very confidentially, ain't she sweet?
Right? How can you not enjoy that? This stuff just makes me so happy to see you too. So let's go in order, I think. So I met Miss Danielle Reich at a jam session on the north side. Or was it Saison? I think it was a jam session. Yeah, we were very, very young. Well, I was young. She's never been old. She's tiny. She's tiny.
Well done.
When I started the band, Daniel did not live here. You were in Austin, right?
No, so
Or were you in Washington?
it was
Dan-
2015. I was in Austin.
Yeah, Danielle did not live here, so we didn't have a vocalist for a good year or two. And it wasn't because we didn't want one, it just was not really on our radar. So when she ended up moving back, I mean, it was not, obviously it was a no-brainer. But something that's like that I'm always very proud of when I talk about vocalists, specifically Danielle Reich, is that there was no rehearsal necessary. I didn't have to like, oh, we're gonna do this song, and we're gonna, it's got this section, it's got gonna be in this key. She'll just read it, and she'll tell us how to play it. And to find a vocalist that's at that level and is willing to play this stuff properly, it's super unusual, and we're so lucky to have Miss Danielle Reich with us. That being said, we've worked together a million times since way back. I don't remember the year. We'll just skip the year because it was a long time ago. So we're very fortunate. As I said before, I've been pretty hardcore about only doing music pre-1930. I mean, in some ways I was really not nice about it when people would ask for songs that were out of our genre. I'm like, are you kidding me? We're a trad band. How dare you ask for In the Mood from this band? In the Mood hadn't even existed yet. So, but I've mellowed a little bit since then. I mean, now I just silently like judge you for not knowing it better, because now that I'm so terribly informed about this genre of music, everyone needs to understand this genre of music. So. That being said, I'm going to give you an example of just how mellow I have got with this next one, okay? So I'm not even going to announce it. We're just going to play it, and we'll see if you recognize it. Keep your lighters in your pockets, people. One, two, 1, 2, 1. I'm guessing y'all know that one. The funny thing is, and I know that I'm going to get lynched for it, I'm not a Beatles fan at all. I mean, not even like a little bit. Like, I just don't, I'm just not having it, So, so this is Mr. George Chase on, does anybody know what instrument he's playing tonight? Let's try again. There it is. So one of the reasons that we're using cornet is that, of course, in the beginning, no, we're not going to do it on that road. In the beginning, cornet was a more readily available instrument, and it had a lot to do with the Civil War, and the instruments were left behind after the war ended. So the people that were still around after the war, this was just a readily available instrument. It was also, I think, a little bit more affordable. So that's one of the reasons that it was more coveted, because it was easier to get. So it's one of the reasons that we're so used to seeing it, but also because I wanted it in the band, because I wanted to try to be, want to be a stickler for things like that. That being said, Louis Armstrong started on cornet, and the person that I most admire in this genre, his name is King Oliver. And King Oliver was Louis Armstrong's teacher. So that's kind of like, everybody knows Louis Armstrong, but who knows who King Oliver is? Well, now you do. So when you go see a trad band, all the trad bands in Houston, all the trad bands in Houston,
100%.
Just so you know, for folks that don't know, we're it. So. As it turns out, we're also the best. So it kind of works out to our advantage. But so I wanted to be a stickler about it. That's why I'm forcing George, who is a highly accomplished trumpet player. You can hear him quite a bit here this Christmas season if you go see the ballet. So if you go to the Nutcracker, this is the cat you're going to hear. So. It's all about street cred, man. It's all about street cred. And then once you know my background, you're like, oh, well, at least he's like legit. So I met George. Actually, Doug played. Did you know George before the jazz service thing?
Yeah, I knew
okay.
who he was.
George was part of an ensemble or an organization called Jazz Forever that started, I don't remember what year it was. Okay. Yeah. A lot of drinking between now and then. Anyway, the band was, I thought was going to be this. This is what I thought was, before I go any further, trad is sort of traditional. We all sort of called it Dixieland for all of our history, but we were told from New Orleans folks that that's kind of a weird term, so we use trad or traditional. So when I say trad, that's what I mean. So a little bit more education for you. Anyway, George was instrumental. We don't have our drummer this evening. He would have had another gig with another trad band. There's no other trad band, sorry. George was instrumental in this ensemble called Jazz Forever, and I was brought on board thinking that I was going to play this music, that I had just started getting into, and we did a little bit, but it also turned into something a little bit different, and it was great, but it just wasn't exactly it. So I knew that at that point I had to create my own thing if I wanted it to be what I wanted it to be, which is this. So that's where I met George for the first time. He was just a quiet second trumpet player that didn't really say anything to me, but I got emails from him about where the gig was and where the recordings were, but I didn't know him, I just saw him in the studio. So, but at some point, I don't know what happened that we became friends, but we did, and once again, I'm just batting 1,000 with this ensemble. I cannot tell you how lucky I am, beyond anything I can even imagine with this ensemble. And George is an integral part of this thing, and I would not want to do it without him. Mr. George Chase. We're going to play another song. So we have one CD out. Should I talk about the CD now? I'll talk about the CD in a minute. Whatever. I should just have an hour just running my yap, and then an hour of playing music. Well, I hear that 8 o'clock is not. I hear that 8 o'clock is not sold out yet. So once we kind of started getting going and getting established, I kind of write music a little bit. So I ended up writing a handful of songs for this band. This is the first one that I wrote, and Miss Danielle Reich has composed lyrics to it, and I hope you enjoy it. This is called Sunday Drive.
Yep.
Here we go. 1, 2, or 1, 2, 3, 4.
Like we do on Sunday, counting the squirrels in the mulberry tree, having no need for a destination, choosing a path just to feel the breeze. Road winds down long hills and endless streets, changing waters blue and summer's green. Driving along like we do on Sunday, humming a song with the honeybees. Driving along like we do on Sunday, counting the squirrels in the mulberry tree, having no need of a destination, choosing a path just to feel the breeze. Road winds through low hills and endless green, painting waters blue and summer's green. Driving along like we do on Sunday, humming a song with the honeybees.
Morris. Sorry, I was going to be jokey with Morris, but now I'm going to be jokey. This is Morris Moon on the banjo. I don't have the words, but I will say this about Morris. Happy birthday, Morris. You knew I had to do it eventually, so we are so lucky to have Morris. It's really difficult to explain, so I'm not going to get into a long tirade about it. It's just not only like having a banjo, which is a little bit unusual these days, to have a banjo in your band, but also somebody so committed to the music and the accuracy of it and the level of commitment to this ensemble. I'm not going to get into it, but we're so lucky to have Mr. Morris Boone with us. And I try to use him in all my different projects, but this is the one that I'm mostly proud of with Morris. So thanks, Morris. Oh, I don't know. So we are going to do a different set for the next thing, just FYI. And all the stories are going to change because this is all just been a big lie. I'm actually in the symphony, and like I bought this hat on the way here. This logo I found it came with the tuba. So. Now, let's see. Oh, the CD, right? So there is a local musician that I've been playing with for easily 30 years. That he is just one of the guys. Like you've probably heard him without even knowing you've heard him, because he plays, plays banjo, plays guitar, he plays alto sax, plays trumpet, plays keyboard, he sings. If you see any of the Houston Symphony Pops concerts, you've probably heard him, but you'll never know his name, you'll never recognize him. But he wrote a series of songs kind of for us, and we recorded a record earlier this year, recently, and this is what it looks like. They're all his originals, and he is alive and still here.
He's alive.
Well, he's not here. He's not here. Yeah, no, you're gonna have to buy a CD to understand. No. His name is Mike Owen, and he is an invaluable member of the Houston music community. Wow, I should write that down. But he made these just because he cared. There's no for no other reason. So that's why we were just kind of giving them away. He did it out of just love for the band and love for the music. So we just want to share it with everyone. So if anybody wants a copy, please help yourself. If you want to throw somebody in a tip jar, or if we have a Venmo and you can, but you are not obligated. We just want people to have it. We think it's a really nice CD. We're all on it, plus a handful of other folks that are not here. They have better gigs. And I'm just joking. This is the best gig in town. Are you kidding me? You are the most fortunate people in the planet. We have never. This is our first concert. And when I say that, I mean this is our first concert.
What's your next tune?
Is it too late to get the drinks?
We bought
Get
tickets.
to the tune.
I'm getting to the tune, Danielle. This has been going on for a long time. This has been going on for a long time. We play gigs, we play shows, we play for dance parties, we play all over the place, but we almost never play for an audience. And this is why. What's happening right now is why. We want to play for people.
What Thomas is saying is this is very special for us, and we're so glad you're here listening. Often we're just kind of in the background.
The next tune is called Midnight in Moscow.
We're actually listening.
Thank One, two, 1, 2, 1.
Silver in the grove, not a rustling sound. Sorry, shine the moon very bright. Baby, you should know how it turns on. This is me when I have a mouse in light. Oh, baby, you should know how it turns on. This is me when I have a mouse in light.
Somewhat shortly. On New Year's Eve, this band will be our fifth year? 17th year? 125th year? We're playing New Year's Eve at the Heights Theater. We've been doing it for, thank you. Keep it local, people. We've been playing that gig for about at least 4, maybe 5 years. And it's all a big dance thing. It's all it's the entire wooden dance floor. The chairs and tables move to the edges and whatnot, so that's all it is. We have the full band, and we usually have a guest artist come and do something. I think last year we had a burlesque dancer, and the year before that, I can't remember what we had. We had something. Tap dancer. So we try to make it, we got to change it up a little bit. So get your tickets because they will sell out. New Year's Eve.
And there's a dessert buffet.
And there's a dessert buffet.
Right?
Come get your just desserts. Thank you. We're playing it. You got to give it a fine. Oh. Thank you. You're not a drummer? You've been playing drums for the last hour.
Drums.
Danielle plays snare. I don't know if y'all noticed that she's been playing a drum the whole time, but it's,
I come here on washboard play.
yeah. So it's a little unusual to see a singer playing a drum, but this is just one more thing about Danielle that makes her amazing. So, this next song, there's a little bit of audience participation. So we would like you to learn the words taint no sin. Taint no sin. I know it's not proper English, but I mean unless you're from here, and then it's totally fine. Taint no sin. So when you got the cue, sing it out loud, okay? Thank you. I'm not going to dance like the frog. I'm not doing it. I know you're thinking I'm going to do it, and I'm not going to do it. You know, I'm not going to do it. Some of y'all might not be old enough to know that reference, and that's okay. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 1.
Dancing, they do this and that. Help you burn off lots of fat. All the random men dancing, it's hot. So if you are a dancing fool, who loves to dance but can't be cool, bear in mind this idea that I've got. 1, 2, 3, well. On those hot rose telephones.
Ain't no sense.
Take photos with your hands right elbows. When you're on a crowded dance floor, take the red hot saxophone.
Ain't no sense.
Take photos with your dance elbows. Take the look at the folks in the dancing. Notice the way they're dressed. Wear something close without any holes. Nobody knows your breath. On the back of those television phones.
Ain't no sense.
To take photos with your dance elbows.
Oh, no. Yeah, I know. We really appreciate y'all coming out. We really appreciate y'all coming out. I hope that you enjoyed your time with us. We certainly enjoyed our time with you. And again, this was a very special opportunity for us. Thank you, Kevin and people at EQ for making this possible for us. Thank you so much. Kevin at EQ Coffee. We've been doing these concert series here. It's so awesome. I was here, was it last month with Raquel? Not playing tuba with a salsa band, but that's a different story too. So we're so grateful to Kevin for making this opportunity for us. We love working in the Heights, of course, because this is where we all live. Most of us live. Sorry.
It's an hour everywhere for me.
I hear you, yeah. The struggle is real.
The struggle is real. So we probably don't have time for one more, but we're going to play one more anyway. So I'm going to do this one for my mom, who is here tonight. I wasn't joking. It was my mom, and it was her cell phone. And she should know better, but here we are. Here's my brother. And where is he? He should be here. And my niece and my, what do we call it, grandniece? Is that what that term is? Okay. And then my great-grandniece shortly. So we're going to step out of our genre a little bit. We're going to step out of our time zone a little bit. We're going to do one for my mom. Yep. One. One, two, one.
In the twilight glow, I see her. Blue eyes crying in the rain. As we kiss goodbye, and you're waiting never meet again. Love is like a Niagara only memories remain. Through the ages I read blue eyes crying in the rain.
on your way out.
That's a man.
Oh, yeah. So we're doing a clean sweep, but there might be some places for the next shift if you're around. So don't run away, just kind of saunter.
Different set, different jokes. Different.
Hopefully different. Thank y'all so much. Thank you.
Chase, Bruce Blake.
Hi, good to see you. Oh, so great to see you. Yeah, thanks for coming out.
Blake invited us. Yeah,
Wonderful. Great to see you. Thanks for coming out. Yeah.
beautiful place.
Thank you so much.
Well, you and everyone here.
How's your night going? Oh, sure. That would be wonderful. Yeah. Maybe some kind of coffee, like a latte would be wonderful. Yeah, that'd be great. Thank you very much. I appreciate that.
That was a great show.
Thanks for coming out.
Some of our material I hadn't heard before. Eleanor Rigby.
There you go.
Oh, wow.
We're just pulling rabbits out of hats left and right.